center of the beautiful Pascack Valley. For many years, the community was called Pleasantville, a connotation it still deserves, but which was changed to Westwood about mid-19th century. Its early settlers appeared about the middle of the 18th century, purchasing farmlands and building for their families permanent homes which replaced the cabins of the transient hunters, trappers, and traders. One of these old homes can be seen at Harrington Avenue on the Musquappsink Brook. One must circle the structure to see the old stone walls as they once were before common stucco was allowed to cover them in part. An oak beam in the cellar bears a carved date, 1741. A survey map made in 1810 by one John D. Herring shows an area encompassed by the Pascack Brook, by Pascack Road, and by two other roads described respectively as the road to Demarest's Mill and the road leading to Paramus. The map also outlines, with some lack of precision as to shape and size, the Bogart Mill Pond. The progress of Pleasantville, Westwood, from a farming community to a center of commerce to a self-contained and well-ordered village or borough, can be landmarked with buildings such as a general store, a railroad station, a hotel, a firehouse. If even a short history of Westwood allows the naming of two fire horses, Prince and Bell, that same short history cannot fail to record the names of early and latter families prominent in local lore and noted for their influence in the progress of the town. Hopper, Bogart, Manta, Blauvelt, Brickell, Demarest, Herring, Oldham, Storm, Van Emberg, Westervelt. Scores of other names could receive honorable mention. They ought to be found in larger histories of Westwood, and some are indeed now memorialized in the names of streets or parks. It is indeed not just by accident that Westwood can be called the hub of the Pascack Valley, and for that matter, of a much larger area of Bergen County. Be that as it may, among those people who established the community, among those who fostered its growth, among those who now govern it and guide its destinies, there were and are men of vision and civic concern. Westwood, within its own compass, has a uniqueness of layout and structure rarely to be found in towns of its size. It is like a well-balanced wheel with its own hub, composed of and combining the elements of utility and graciousness. We refer, as regards utility, to the commercial center, with its array of 100 or more shops, stores, and offices, which are ready to supply nearly every human need. And the reference to graciousness comes easily when one considers beautiful Veterans Park, tree-shaded, well-tended, reminiscent of a New England town common, a living memorial to those of Westwood who served or died in the armed forces. Spreading out from this hub in all directions, in a weaving, winding pattern of curved thoroughfares, we find the fine residential areas. Everywhere trees abound, from the tall shade trees cared for by the municipal authority to the pleasant profusion of flowering trees and ornamental shrubs, which sing the praise of Westwood's property owners' concern for the beauty of their environment. The homes themselves, which run the gamut from the splendid to the simple, reflect with few exceptions the pride of ownership and the civic consciousness of their occupants. In 1870, fewer than 25 such houses dotted the Westwood area. today some 3,414 dwelling units, encircle the business district or shelter families within that district. Mindful of the old walrus and of his admonition, it would be unfair not to speak of parks and playgrounds, of schools, of public services, of local government, of policing and fire protection, of finances and taxes. We all know they are there for the well-being of all who live in our town, Westwood.
This is Jack Young. This is a great day for Westwood. One of the biggest crowds that Westwood has ever seen, as witnessed Westwood's 75th parade.
This is Bud Stacy. I think that the committee, Regular and Jack Young, should be congratulated and thanked so much for the wonderful job that they did. We've had more people here in Westwood than we've had in years, and this is a great, great affair, and it's just wonderful. Thanks a lot.
Regular chairman of the parade committee, I think this is a marvelous demonstration of community spirit. We're all together, all for one.
Mayor Bill Wood speaking. This is a wonderful day for Westwood. It'll never be another day like it. We're very happy and thrilled with the outcome.
I'm Lucian O. Hooper, mayor of Westwood from 1934 to 1937. This is the biggest parade in the history of Westwood without any doubt, and tremendous credit goes to Jack Young and Al Regular for the enormous amount of work they did in connection with it. These men have been planning this for 5 months, in fact for almost a year, and I have never seen a more dedicated job for the borough of Westwood since the days of Earl Brickell, and that's a long time ago.
I'm George Maurer, mayor of Emerson, and this parade is, I think, the greatest I have seen in the Pascack Valley as long as I've been around, which is about only 14 or 15 years. And we're looking forward to doing something like this, but not for another 9 years, as Emerson is only 66 years old now. Thank you very much.
Dave Grimm, it's a very fine parade. It's a long parade. It's a very interesting parade. And I think the kids did a wonderful job in the floats.
I think the parade is terrific. It's typical of what's happening all over Bergen County. We're very proud of these people up here. These things are good for the country, good for the county.
The most exciting thing of everything. One of the best parades Westwood has ever had.
I think the parade was wonderful. Biggest thing Westwood ever saw.
Oh, and Steve Lyons Jr., I thought it was just great. The best thing that happened to this town in a long time.
Charles Bellin, terrific parade. One of the best I've seen in the last 40 years of my life.
Janet Meshke, and I thought it was very good, and everybody participated very nicely. Because there were so many people that made floats, and so many people that marched, and everybody came out for it. Almost the whole town was in Westwood. Everybody was so excited about the whole thing.
My name is Forrest Pease. It's a delight to be here. Tremendous parade. More people than I thought were going to be here. It's one of these things that sort of stirs the imagination and gets underneath where you get the spirit of it. We're very happy to be a part of it.
My name is J. Everett Shea. I'm president of the Board of Trustees of the Westwood Public Library. I've never seen such a parade in all my life.
I liked it.
They and we are the human element of Westwood. 70 years ago, the population was of about 820 souls. In the year 1970, there are some 10,950 of us. Just as Westwood is a nice town, so are its people a nice lot. The manifestations of this niceness abound. Civility and smiles, recognition and social exchange, cooperation and helpfulness, friendliness and service. Not too many towns can boast of finer public devotion than that shown by our volunteer firemen and our auxiliary police. And there are not too many towns where, to such a degree as in ours, older citizens and the younger generations benefit from living side by side. The young as they brighten the waning years of the seniors, the old as they give to the young a sense of stability in family and community living. This film was brought into being by the celebration of the 75th anniversary of the incorporation of Westwood as a borough in 1894. As is clear, history stretches much farther back, while the future lies ahead as yet unrecorded. It is hoped that the present document will be unfolded at set moments in time to come, at the 100th, the 150th, the 200th anniversaries, perhaps, and that some other finger will write whatever needs to be written, and having writ, move on.